If you are a first year MBBS student, then by this time you might have experienced how difficult it is to prepare even for the internal examination. And if you're a NEET aspirant, this video is not to scare you off or over exaggerate the difficulty of the exams. In this video, I'll be sharing my experience of my exam preparation and what are the difficulties I faced and how I tackled them. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon so that you don't miss any of the good quality videos which are going to be released in the future. If you're new, I'm Ram. I'm a soon-to-be second-year MBBS student in Stanley Medical College, Chennai. So without any further ado, let's get started. It all started in the month of December when the study holidays began, and so did the period of acute exam stress. You all might have experienced the exam stress in some part of your life or the other, but the university exam stress, it's on the next level. It tensed me and tested my patience every single day. The beginning was actually normal, and as the days passed, the stress time graph grew exponentially. And if you ask me, was the stress preventable? Yeah, it was definitely preventable, but there might be a follow-up question. Why didn't I prevent it? There were many mistakes I made, among which not understanding the topics was one of the big mistakes I made, because there was this mindset in me that there are a lot of topics to cover and I don't have enough time. So what I did was, even though I didn't have a good understanding of the previous topic, I went on to the next topic, and at the end all that remained was regret. I regretted not learning the topics with good understanding, and it was the first primary source of stress in my exam preparation. During the study holidays, which was about 40 days long approximately, I gone through 5 stages of mental state, and I will explain them one by one now. The first stage is the state of satisfaction. The stress is very low in its minimum level in this phase because I completed my portions regularly. But as I completed the portions, my brain started to give a false impression that I have completed everything, and it started planning for the things I'm going to do in the holidays 2 months before the exam. And the funny part was I had just completed 10 or 20% of the portions. The next phase is the phase of self-doubt. The phase of self-doubt is the most dreaded part or the most hated part in my exam preparation, because this was the period I felt very low, and it was not because of depression. There was something greater than depression I was experiencing, which was regret. I regretted that I did not learn with great understanding, and I regretted my laziness, and I regretted for my procrastination. My regret was greater than my depression. That depression didn't seem to bother me at all. This regret was the major source of stress in my exam preparation, and you can prevent this very easily. This regret is the greatest source of stress in my exam preparation, and you guys don't have to experience that at all if you do just 2 things. The first thing is that learn the concept with great understanding. The second is that clear your doubts then and there. If you just do these 2 things from day one, you will never regret learning in your life, and your exam preparation will be with very minimal stress. And I say minimal stress and not stress free, because some stress is actually required for you to do something productive. Stress is of 2 different types, the good and the bad stress. The good stress is the stress that you get when you think about the exam, even though your preparation is good. It actually motivates you to do more and more work, and the bad stress is the thing which you get when you don't learn properly, and it pushes you on the negative side. The next biggest source of self-doubt was the WhatsApp group. So during the exam preparation, my friends started a WhatsApp group where they shared the book clippings and their doubts. Actually, it was a great platform where they share their doubts and clear the doubts. But when I saw those book clippings and the doubts, it increased my self-doubt several times, because I had never seen them in my first year at all. But it was definitely a good platform, because the people asked their doubts and got their doubts cleared then and there. And when somebody asked a doubt and if I was able to answer them, I felt happy because I'm remembering a concept that I learned. So it actually made me happy. That's how I converted my self-doubt into something productive. It's all with you guys. If you see a thing positively, it will push you further, and if you see things negatively, it's going to push you backwards. Talking about the next phase, it is the phase of comparison. So this phase is actually the sequel of the previous phase, the phase of self-doubt. As the self-doubt is increasing, you start to feel that you have not completed a lot of portions, and you start to compare things with people. Sometimes I would call my friends and start comparing the portions that I completed and what my friend completed. As I said earlier, things go in the way how you see them. There were 2 choices that I could have taken. The first choice, the negative choice, was I could sit and get depressed about the portions that I have not completed. The second thing was I used that comparison as a fuel to me. Whenever I feel like not learning at all, when I'm stressed or I feel like procrastinating the task, I will think that, okay, what am I doing without learning when my friend is out there learning and completing the portions? It will give a sudden rise in motivation, and I will start learning then and there. So that's how, if you see a thing positively, it will do positive things to you. Next is the conclusion phase, where I started revising the topics, only to find that there are many topics that I left untouched. They were left untouched as a result of my procrastination. I procrastinated in learning them, and at the end it was a huge trouble to me. Procrastination was the second most important source of stress in my exam preparation. What I had to do was, I came out of my revision schedule and started completing the untouched topics, because there were some important topics in them. At the end, what happened was, I didn't have a proper revision, but somehow I managed to give the exam, and it went not so great, but it went good. The last phase is the path to learn phase. So it is the very short phase I encountered in my exam preparation. It is the period where you get immense confidence that no matter what question they ask, I will answer it. I got that confidence because I have actually learned the topics, and I have really put my hard work in learning. So that's where the confidence came from. No matter what, I want you guys to remember this. This exam preparation is a roller coaster of emotion. If you understand a topic with great understanding, you feel extremely happy, and if you don't understand a topic, you feel really low. But always stay positive, and whenever you feel low, have a talk with your parents, have a chat with your friends, and take a walk between your learning sessions. It will really help you in improving your study pattern, and it will really make you productive. Well, we have reached the end of the video. The experience I described here doesn't have to be exactly the same for everyone, because these were a result of the mistakes I made, and it depends on my capability to learn the topics. My point is that if you understand the subject very clearly and clear the doubts then and there, and if you beat procrastination, that's more than enough to ace the exams. So if you have stayed till this part of the video, please put a camera icon in the comment section so that I will know that you have stayed till this part of the video. And thank you for watching. Until then, this is Ram signing off from White Cape Hero.